Welcome back to Videshi Cottage, guys. So, today I'll show you what happens if you don't regularly turn your compost. So, you see this? There's too much greens here and it hasn't been turned for a week. So, you can see it's forming bunches and like layers. So, for this reason, you need to keep turning it so there's enough air circulation, and also you need to mix proper browns and greens. So the ratio normally you want to follow is like 50% brown, that is leaves, dry leaves, paper, and the rest 50% is your kitchen waste or your garden clippings. So right now I'm gonna try to mix everything so that we can get back to a healthy compost pile. So as I said, if you don't turn your compost, this layering will keep forming and the nodules will thicken, and at that point it's just like a mushy, gooey compost, and that would lead to anaerobic decomposition, which might produce methane and other gases. So that's a sign of unhealthy compost. So make sure you keep mixing your compost. You can add new material once you dug out the compost. So what I tried to do is I'll first remove the top layers and form like a middle hole, and then I'll put my new green waste inside that hole and then mix everything. Yep, so we are back after 3 days and you can see that the compost is smoking. What that means is it's healthy. The bacteria is doing the work of decomposition and we are getting a very healthy mix. I like to pile up my compost to at least 2 to 3 feet height. 2.5 feet is good. In this way, when there's enough heat being built up, and you can also keep watering it in between to add some moisture and cool it down. Cooling down your compost is also important because if there's too much heat built up, it will kill off the bacteria, and the earthworms like a bit cooler temperature to do their work. So yep, keep adding moisture to your compost, cool it down from time to time. So here's how your compost should look like after at least 45 days. Usually 45 to 90 days your compost should be good to use. You can see there are some twigs which you might have to sieve, a few bunches still left. Alright, it's almost end of fall, and this is for those of you who bag your leaves. Do not bag your leaves. Add it to your compost. This is a very good source of nutrients. Alright, so we got a nice layer of dried leaves all over our compost. All we need to do is mix them well. I leave this for a few days before I turn it. Alright guys, it's almost end of November and we are only gonna have few more days before the snowfall starts in here. So let's start turning our compost for last time. I'm gonna try to make a clean, nice ridge of piles, and I think we have got enough compost, so I'm super excited to start the next summer. Alright. Alright, that looks good for now. We are back in December, our first snowfall, and here's how our compost is looking. So you guys can, if you have just one or two piles, you guys can put a tarp on your compost, so that will prevent heat going out. But this is a lot of compost for me to cover with a tarp, so I'm just gonna let it sit here until spring arrives. If you found this video to be informative and educative, do like and subscribe to the channel.